Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you a profit update for my KuCoin smart rebalancer bot that I deployed just about 100 days ago. So it's been up and live for just about 3 months now. But before we get too far into the weeds, this is the bot that I deployed originally. It saw pretty much no activity, and so I actually had to go in and reconfigure the bot so that it would get a little more trading activity. After I did that, it has started to see a lot more activity, especially over the last couple months, and so the profit is going up, so that's a plus. In the last video update for this particular bot, it had been running for around 45 days and was at about 40% profit, and that was sometime in August, right before the September sell-offs. So keeping that in mind, when we get to the actual figures, you need to understand September was a pretty brutal month, and the fact this bot did add some profit is a bonus, and in my mind, it is winning the battle so far. Now, before we actually dive into the numbers, I need to connect my phone to the computer so I can do a screen share, seeing how this bot is not accessible through the web interface. It's only available through their app at this current time. So give me a moment and I'll be right back. Alright, so now that I have the phone connected to the computer, you can see the screen on my phone, and I have the KuCoin app opened up, and I need to come down to about the middle of the screen where you see it says hot and trading bot, and give that a click, and you will come to the trading bot screen where you can actually select the grid bot or the smart rebalancer bot. That's the one we'll be looking at. They have future grid bots, but today, since I will be sharing the results from the smart rebalancing bot, we're not going to actually configure one of these bots. We come down to the bottom of the screen where you see running and give that a click. And if we jump over to the parameters of my running smart rebalancer bot, you can see when I originally configured this bot, I dedicated 49% of the targeted holding distribution to Bitcoin, ETH 32% of this asset allocation, ADA 13%, and Theta 6%. Now, when I originally configured this bot, I had it set up to rebalance every time there was a 3% increase in any one of those assets. Well, that took a very long time for it to happen, and it only happened once in like 30 days. So the bot wasn't being very productive for that first 30 days. After that first 30 days, I made an adjustment, and there's an update video somewhere in my playlist you can check out, and I switched it to every 3 days instead of 3%, and since then, this bot has been a lot more active because it is rebalancing every 3 days. Now, a couple new features that the KuCoin team has added is they've added a stop loss by ratio, and so if I give that a click, I could actually edit this and set up a stop loss on this particular bot. So let's say it's up 50% or 60%, and I want to lock in at least 50% profit, and if we see another big sell-off in the market, I want to avoid losing all the ground I've made. I could deploy a stop loss of say 50% and have it either auto sell when that 50% threshold is breached, or have it just notify me and don't sell. Now, right now, I'm not actually going to set this up. It's actually a new feature I just saw when I logged in. So I'm going to do a little recon before I actually deploy that. So you might want to shoot that subscribe button, as I'm sure there'll be an update video on this new feature, along with the take profit ratio, which is also new to the rebalancer bot. And same thing, if I want to lock in profit once I hit a certain level of profit, say 250% or maybe 500%, then I could have it auto sell and capture and lock in that profit, or I could have it just notify me, and then I could make a decision whether I want to sell or not. But again, I'm not going to set this up until I have a chance to do a little more recon. Now, if we jump over here to the records tab, you can see yesterday, today is October 6th, yesterday on October 5th was one of the rebalance days, and it actually sold some BTC as I was at 50% instead of that 49% in order to pick up some ETH and ADA. And that rebalanced me out close to 49%, that 32%, almost 13%, and Theta is still around that 6% as it did sell a little bit of Theta as well. And so if I want to look at the actual orders that took place, I can just give this a click. And you can see it bought ETH at 34.6, which ETH is currently trading at 35.91, so that's not so bad. And it sold some Theta, so I'd rather sell Theta and buy ETH at a lower price, and now ETH is pushing up towards 3,600, so that in the long run will obviously help with my profit for this particular bot. And so if I jump back over here to the main screen for my Smart Rebalance Bot, you can see the next rebalance will be in just about 3 days, since it did just rebalance yesterday. The bot's been running for 99 days and 22 hours, so essentially 100 days. My initial investment was $400, and my current profit is 61%. And so this bot has been running for 100 days and has captured over 0.5% profit per day. And considering the conservative assets that I chose, Bitcoin, ETH, ADA, Theta's a little more volatile, but these first three are very conservative. If I can make 0.5% profit per day on these particular coins, I'm more than happy, especially with the Smart Rebalancer bot. That is basically a buy and hold type bot. It's not a grid bot where I'm shooting for bigger profits, and it's definitely not a strategy bot where I'm really shooting for big profits. And by no means is it my day trading where I can see 40% profit on a trade in a couple days. This bot is really designed to be a buy and hold strategy, at the same time increasing the profit in positions you're willing to hold long term. And these 4 positions are positions I'm looking to hold long term through the next bear market and into the next bull market. So I'm perfectly happy holding over here. And the fact that the profit is increasing, this bot at the end of the day is winning the battle, especially when you consider September was a pretty big sell-off and a lot of positions were down 30 or 40%. And as you recall, the last video I was up 40% and now I'm up just over 60%. So to have achieved profit after the terrible September is a plus. Now granted, the start of October, everything is going up, so that's also playing a factor here. But again, at the end of the day, I'm holding coins I'm willing to hold. They're rebalancing. They're selling some of the assets high and buying other assets lower. And then as they fluctuate, they're just rebalancing. And thus this bot is doing what I expect it to do. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you want to see more videos on how I configure a wide variety of different crypto trading bots, you might want to shoot that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, you might want to drop those in the comment section down below. I will drop a link to KuCoin in the description down below. And in closing, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.